6 free-to-play KvK commanders in Rise of Kingdoms. Today, we're going to be talking about who are these commanders and why and how are they going to be useful to each and every one of you. I'm Shinchi42, your sponsored content creator. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, do consider subscribing to this channel. We create regular Rise of Kingdoms content and guides in this channel, so don't miss out. Subscribe now and turn that notifications on. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up. Number 1 is Xun 2. Now, Xun 2 is one of the best performing epic commanders in the battlefield. With the Art of War skill, you are dealing 800 damage factor, right? Attacking enemy with maximum of 5 targets in a fan-shaped area. And you also have an additional damage factor of 200. Now, here's the kicker. Every target that his active skill hits, you will gain 50 rage for each target hit by this skill. So that's an amazing component that Xun 2 has, making him a great open field commander, because the more players out there fighting with you, the more rage you're going to get, and the more rage that you get, the more active skill you can cast. Now, the cherry on top of this skill is the Xun 2's 4th skill. This will increase his active damage by 20%. 20%. Wow, that's a lot for an epic commander. And with the combination of this ever-changing tactics plus this Art of War skill, imagine that. The more players out there, the more rage you gain because you're hitting them. And the more rage you gain, the more active skill you cast, with an additional of 20% active skill damage. And I think that's got to be one of the reasons why Xun 2 is one of the best epic commanders in Rise of Kingdoms and a must commander for KvK. And this is why we put Xun 2 here on the number 1 of the list, because in my opinion, I think Xun 2 is the best epic commander, and that's why he is highlighted first. Number 2, Joan of Arc. Now, most players forget about Joan of Arc, and a lot of players just deemed her to be a gatherer. Well, it is true, she is a gatherer, but she also has a lot of benefit in the open field, especially in kingdom versus kingdom. Please don't forget about Joan of Arc when you are fighting open field battle. So when there's an array of allied combatant, right? When you have a lot of allies surrounding you and you are fighting, you are battling in the open field, how can she be awesome? Well, let's take a look. Divine Revelation, right? Joan of Arc grants her own troops in nearby friendly force a powerful buff that increases infantry units' health by 30%, cavalry defense by 30%, and archer units attack by 30%. And in addition to that, grant additional 50 rage per second. Now, if you want a rage engine, we just talked about Xun 2, which has a rage engine. If you want to pair it up with Joan of Arc, it works also, right? But your primary goal there is not to be a DPS, right? You're going to be mix of a DPS / support. Now, you're probably going to say, I love to play Rise of Kingdoms, and I love to play in a way where I can inflict a lot of damage. Well, it's fine, but there are other roles in Rise of Kingdoms. It's not just about damage. It's not just about being the carry. There's tank, there is support, and this is one way for you to play as a support. Now, if I am fighting in the open field battle, I would 100% love to see a Joan of Arc out there, because it's going to grant my archers extra 30% damage, right? That is amazing. And I would really benefit from it. And it will last about 4 seconds. And I think that's a really great number because that's a long time. In the game, 4 seconds is big. Now, before we move on, there's a lot of great things with Joan of Arc. Only one of her skill is actually for gathering. The other skills is healing factor and increasing the normal attack damage by 25%. Now, what's great about this is that you can actually pair Joan of Arc with any commanders that you want because she is so versatile. Any commanders you want. If you want to pair it up with a DPS commander, a tank commander, or even a support commander, it works out well. So Joan of Arc is definitely a must-have commander in Rise of Kingdoms. Number 3. Aethelflaed. Now, it would be very moronic of me if I do not include Aethelflaed here on our list, right? I mean, Aethelflaed, a free legendary commander, and she does a lot of great things in the open field battle. How can you obtain Aethelflaed? You're probably wondering. You can obtain Aethelflaed if you are new to this game in the Expedition shop. You can obtain her here in the Metal store. Alright, so make sure you are going to be getting Aethelflaed because her worth, her value is great and tremendous help in the open field battle. Now, why do I say this and how can she help? Well, let's take a good look here on the Arrow of Iron. It's a great skill due to its ability to reduce her foe's attack, defense, and health by 30%. In addition to that, she also has a direct damage factor of 800. Nonetheless, she is a very valuable commander in the open field. Also, there are many commanders that will deal some sort of marching speed reduction. Now, why do I say marching speed reduction? Marching speed reduction is going to be benefiting her because of her expertise skill. Deals an extra 20% damage to enemies who have been slowed. Now, there is a lot of Tao running around in the open field battle. Come on, that's true. There is a lot of Tao running in the open field battle. There will also be a lot of Richards running around on the open field battle. A lot of Richards. There is a marching speed reduction for Richard as well. Now, there are many also that are going to be running with Belisarius. You may say, where is Belisarius' skill that would reduce the marching speed? Well, you can reduce the marching speed in the talent tree with this. Grant 10% chance to decrease target marching speed by 5%. Okay? Well, let's also not forget this Thunderous Force. Aethelflaed's skill here that is going to have a chance to slow a commander. Now, you have a 10% chance to reduce the movement speed of enemy cavalry by 50% and the movement speed of other troops by 30%, and this slow effect will last 3 seconds. So even if you don't pair Aethelflaed with a commander that has the ability to slow, Aethelflaed has that ability already. What's great about this, if you surround Aethelflaed with commanders that can actually slow the enemy or the opponent that you are facing with, is that your passive skill here with the Warrior Queen will really be taking into an effect. Now, it wouldn't be a bad idea to pair her with a commander with the ability to slow an opponent, right? Or to surround it by allies that has the ability to slow the target. And we've mentioned some of the commanders there, so you can have your choices. Now, Aethelflaed, we just highlighted her. What's really great about her? I believe everybody should have an Aethelflaed march because attack, defense, and health reduction. I know it's for 2 seconds, but come on, it's a forward-facing fan-shaped area. I mean, it can damage up to 5 targets and reduce their attack, defense, and health. So, I think Aethelflaed is definitely here on the list. Pin it down because Aethelflaed is one of the best commanders to be seen in the open field battles. For all of the free-to-play players, come on, this is the golden commander for you. And free, easy to max out, easy. So I want to mention this. Primarily, this guide is to focus on the free-to-play players on how they can maximize their efficiency in the open field battle. I want to also mention that this is not just for free-to-play. right? If you are a pay to win, you are a low spender, mid spender, all of this really take into effect, because whatever commanders a free to play can have, you can also have it. And what you can do with it is to maximize your potential and be efficient in the battlefield. Let's say you don't have 5 full marches of max legendary commanders. I mean, who has that? Well, you can utilize some of the epic commanders and put it into your best arsenal and dominate in the battlefield. Remember, when you are fighting in the kingdom versus kingdom, you're not alone. You are with a group of players. So these support commanders are very crucial to win in the battlefield. Number 4, Osman, one of the deadliest epic commander in the game with a high damage factor and the leadership attributes. Osman 1 can bring massive troops into the battlefield and serve him. Wow, massive troops, increasing troop capacity by 10%, increasing troop capacity by 3%, and if you look at the troop capacity here, 236. That is amazing. Now, what's unique with his skill is that he will be able to gain a direct damage factor of 400 after an active skill has been used. Now look at this Sword of Osman, right? 400 direct damage factor after an active skill is used. Well, also take a look in his active skill. His damage factor is 1100 here. That is a total of 1500 damage factor for an epic commander. That is amazing. Very, very deadly. I won't even want to see him on the streets. I would just run away if I see Osman on the streets. I will be hiding on the corner or whatever alley there is, because Osman is a very deadly epic commander. Now, do not underestimate his abilities. When you pair with the right commander, he is a deadly weapon, right? In the battlefield, as long as the troop capacities are maximized. Now, you should be trying, well, we talked about that commander in the beginning, you should be trying with Zun 2. Zun 2 is his best friend. That'll be a great combination in the open field battle. Number 5, Hermann the German. Now, Hermann, a commander that has the ability to silence his opponent and decrease the rage by 100. He is an ultimate disabler. In addition to his ability to disable an enemy, he is also will be dealing a massive damage factor of 1100. Oh my god. This guy is going to disable you and then knock you down on the ground. Who wants to be knocked out on the ground and silenced? You can't even talk, can't speak, can't do nothing. Hermann is your guy. Now, when equipped with archers, he will be marching with an extra 10% speed bonus here. He is going to be on roller skates, guys. If you guys don't know what roller skates is, look it up. We probably have some new generations in here that haven't never even seen what a roller skates is. Fun fact though, I have never ever tried to do roller skating, even though I know what it is. Back in the 90s, I've seen them, but I've never tried it. I've also never tried ice skating. Maybe in the future I will. It's funny, I live in the St. Louis area where the Blues are. And I've never done roller skating or ice skating. Fun fact here. Fun fact. What about you? Have you? Let me know in the comment section below. Well, his fourth skill will also increase the normal attack damage by 10%. And guess what? He also has the ability, has a 10% chance to regenerate rage. What else can we ask for Hermann? 100 rage, 10% chance. Meaning, if that procs in the open field battle, imagine that. You're going to be knocking somebody down, you're going to silencing that person, and you're going to be reducing that person's rage. Or that commander. Why am I saying person? This is a video game. You know? The commander. It's amazing, right? You're getting basically damage, decrease of rage, and silence. 3 things working in there. This is why I love Hermann. I love Hermann because his ability is amazing. Well, we can't skip the unruly revivalist. Well, Pelagius here, still by far the best epic commander due to his ability to restore rage and heal. His active skill has a direct damage factor that is lower than his epic counterparts. Yeah. Yep. It is. But an additional damage factor help him deal a massive damage, and his ability to gain rage will allow him to cast his skill much sooner than others. Wow, right? 100 rage. Now, what's great about Pelagius is not just about his active skill. It's also that his ability to heal with a 450 healing factor. And I think that's one of the best commanders if you are going to be playing into the cavalry. So we've talked about a few things in here. If you're going to be working on cavalry, Pelagius is your main dude. Now, for infantry, Zun 2. And for archers, it's going to be Hermann. If you're going to be playing support, you should be playing as Joan of Arc or Aethelflaed. And then you can do your mixed match combos, whatever you want it to be. I wanted to give you guys the 6 commanders that you should have in Rise of Kingdoms for free-to-play players to play with. And you should be successful with this 6 commanders. Now, you may be wondering, how can I be pairing all this? You know what? I don't want to get rage on the comments without giving some tips on how to pair these commanders. Now, we're going to give you some of the commander pairings as well. So for number 1, if you're working with Zun 2, what you can do is you can pair it up with Yul G right here. Now, you can also use Osman. You can pair it up with Zun 2 and Osman, Pelagius and Osman, Hermann and Osman, or vice versa. Osman, Zun 2, Osman, Hermann, Osman, Pelagius. I feel like I'm just rapping right now. Osman, Zun 2, Osman. Osman is the best. Yo, rockers, be getting Osman right now. He is your epic commander that you should be. Okay, I suck. Guys, just thumbs down for that, for me rapping. No more rapping for Shinchi. Okay, so Aethelflaed, you can use Aethelflaed as well for debuffing. What you can do is you can even have a Aethelflaed Joan of Arc if you want to do a full support debuff and supporting your comrades. You can do Aethelflaed and Zun 2. That really works well. There's other options in here. Be creative. Let me know in the comment section below what's actually your pairing setups. So if you have some other legendary commanders that you have been working on, you can also use that with your epic commanders and just pair them up to your best abilities. Pick what is the best in your situation, because everybody have a different situation here in Rise of Kingdoms. Pick the best, make the best decision. We're just here to guide you to succeed. So hopefully I've managed to do a good job on helping every single one of you guys as we go to 2020. I will see you again, rockers. Goodbye.